Niger's junta has revoked a raft of military cooperation agreements with France. Junta Representative Amadou Abdramane made the announcement on national television on Thursday. The decision, which affects 5 military deals dating between 1977 and 2020, could have far-reaching impact on the fight against an extremist insurgency in the region. Relations between France and Niger have soured following a military coup last week. Since then, thousands of pro-military supporters have taken to the streets of the capital Niamey to denounce France, as well as sanctions imposed by the regional bloc ECOWAS. Niger has also suspended the broadcasts of France 24 and RFI, two French state-funded international news outlets. Meanwhile, in an opinion piece published in the Washington Post on Thursday, the ousted President Mohamed Bazoum said he is a hostage and called on the international community to restore constitutional order. Niger's coup leaders have vowed to resist international pressure.
Face à l'attitude désinvolte.
In view of France's casual attitude and reaction to the internal situation prevailing in our country, the National Council for Safeguarding the Homeland has decided to denounce France's security and defense cooperation agreements. The National Council for Safeguarding the Homeland calls on the people of Niger to be vigilant against spies and foreign armed forces. It urges them to pass on to the nearest authorities any information relating to the entry or movement of suspicious individuals. ECOWAS being impersonal, any aggression or attempted aggression against the state of Niger will be met with an immediate and unannounced response by Niger's defense and security forces or none of its members, with the exception of suspended friendly countries.
And joining us live from Paris is Ross Cullen. Ross, France is in the crosshairs of the Niger military rulers. What do we expect from Paris, especially on the revocation of some military deals between the two countries just months after France chose Niger as the new base for its anti-terrorism operations in the African Sahel region?
Well, this comes 1 year after August 2022 when France pulled out of Mali, selecting Niger as its new base for the fight to disrupt and dismantle armed groups operating in the region, in the southern Sahel region. There are about 1,500 soldiers from France's military mission in Niger at the moment. They are not pulling out at the moment. We do expect, though, some further discussion during the day between the government over the next steps for France's military in the region. It has suspended its counter-terrorism, the operations that it's been carrying out with the Nigerian army, its security and defence corporations. They've been suspended since the coup last Wednesday in Niger, and now we've had the official revocation from the disputed military rulers in Niger of those military pacts they had signed with France.
Yeah, but Ross, France must have seen this coming, including the action on the Niger's ambassador to France. So what next for France now?
Well, France has denounced officially the taking off the air of RFI, the radio station, and France 24, the television channel. It's also perhaps thought this could be a possibility following the military coup on Wednesday last week, when there was put in place the action plan to evacuate civilians from Niger, and France did evacuate many French citizens, hundreds of those, along with hundreds of other nationalities as well. And it said at the time there was no plan to evacuate military personnel from inside the country, but that thinking may have changed now that there's been this revocation of the military agreements with France.
All right, thank you for that update, Ross Cullen, live for us in Paris.